All right, welcome back to class. From the last class, we were able to digitize this. We completed the georeferencing class, am I right? And we did this digitization. So please watch the last video if you've not been able to do this. Watch the last video and complete this task because it is very important that you complete every exercise. Okay? So for us to continue further, yesterday, sorry, I didn't come with my device for recording, so you will pardon me that I'm doing this recording outside the class. Okay, so to change symbology, you basically just click on this button and then it will come up. Click on holo, change the color to red or any color that is more visible to your eye, increase the outline to 2, and then you click on OK. So that's why you're seeing mine as red. So please follow the instruction carefully because what we are about to do, it's very important. Okay, so we want to digitize the local government here. So before you proceed into doing that, you come up here on this map or anywhere in any map you're using that has a legend. Most of these days we create down here and put our legends down. But this map, if you look at the date, it's 1992. So it's senior most people, a lot of people. All right. So if you look at the legend here, we have international boundary. Wherever you see international, you will see that it's having this plus sign. And then we have state boundary with a dot in between, just one dot. The local government boundary has 2 dots, and then the district boundary has 3 dots. Okay, so what we want to extract from this map is the local government, and the local government, each local government has 1 or 2 things that joins with the state boundary. Yeah, that is, for example, this local government down here is Takum local government. There are actually 2 local government down here, but there's no defined boundary between the 2 local governments. So it is USA local government and there is Takum local government within this axis here. So we will not be going with putting boundary in between them because that's not our work. We will just digitize this. But you see that Takum local government is covered mostly with the state and international boundary because this is Cameroon, the boundary between Nigeria and Cameroon, and this is the boundary between Taraba State and Benue State. Okay, so with what we have now, we'll be having a whole lot of the meeting between state boundary and local government. So first we need to be able to understand this map very well to know which one is a local government. Now I said 2 dot. Now you see that this one here goes with a 2 dot. Now the state boundary, this is international, so that the point is there. Now if we come here, the state boundary is 1 dot. Okay, so you have to be careful to look at how the boundary goes. So this is a 2 dot that goes here and then continues for Takum. Then this one is another one that goes here for Donga and this is Kurume local government. This place. So here like this to this axis like this is Kurume. Okay, sorry. It goes like this, then come down. This is Kurume local government. Yeah. Okay, so it goes like this to here and then come down like this to this place. This is Kurume local government. So like that it continues. So you'll be seeing this is Kurume, this is Gashaka, and this is Gembu. That's Sardona local government. And then you just need to verify and be sure. But to start very well, you need to start around here so that you'll be able to follow gradually. So Taraba is divided into Taraba North, Taraba South, and Taraba Central. So we're going to crown this up, and then we will do a few things, and then all right. So we want to bring out the local government. So first thing first, you go to catalog, and then you go to the folder we've been working on, the GIS folder, and then we have what we've created as future class. Okay, so they already created local government. Let me put it under administrative. So I'm going to create another one. So under the administrative future data set we've created before, you right click on it, go to new, then go to future class. So on the future class, you write the name of what you want to do. So make it cap and write LGA, and then it's a polygon. But don't forget, what did I do? Okay, I think another one already exists. So let's say LGAA. Alright, so click next. We already have future the coordinate system defined inside the future data set, so there's no need for defining another one. Then we'll go to next. Now here we're going to create a field. Under these ones, anything you type here will become a field. So just print field of a name, then you create another field for geo underscore. Underscore is shift and dash underscore political zone. Another underscore again. Then the third one will be headquarter, which you can just say HQ, the local government headquarter. And then the last one, let's say picture. And I said get a picture of all the 16 local government, either it's a secretariat, it's their chairman's picture, or it's any landmarks, recognizable landmarks that distinguish that local government. So get any of these three pictures downloaded, because we'll be using them for this last one. So picture, you come here, you see anyone you didn't come here to choose any data type, automatically it's a text. That's why I see when we pass, you see it's a text. But this one, because we want to change it, we're going to come down raster, because for shapefile does not accept a lot of things. So future class, which is the future, you can put in virtually a lot of things. So we can also import picture into this. That's why we're creating a field, and then the picture, the data type will be raster. All right, so once we've done that, we click on finish. In an instance whereby while you were writing those things you forgot something, you can come here, right click on this, on the very future you want to, that's the future class you want to use. Then you go to open properties. Now on the open properties, you can just click on this table option and come to add field. So let's say I want to add chairman name, for example. Let's leave chairman, which will know that it's name that I want to write, and we'll change this to text, and then we'll click on OK. It will be added to this field types, but it's not activated because we've not started doing anything there, right? So we'll just close it. Now we have what we need on. So if you are not seeing your editor tool, you can just right click on any place within, not up here. If you right click up here, you only be seeing restore, minimize, and the rest. But between this hash to this down one, you can right click at anywhere, and then you will see other tools options that you can bring out, like georeferencing, the draw, the editor, and as many tools as possible. All right, so I have my editor here already. So once you click on editor, and start editing. In one of the class, I told you that when you don't have only one future class or shapefile that you want to use, it will not ask you this. But because we have Taraba State as the state boundary and also have the local government boundary that we're trying to work on now, that's why it's bringing these two options. So you have to choose which one you want to work with per time. So we're choosing the LGAA. I'll click on OK. Okay. Now the next is you need to be sure that your create future tool is showing here. If it is not showing, you come to this editor, you go right here to the end. You see this one is called a create futures. So once you click on it, it's going to come here. The reason is, as you're seeing, you see the way this thing is. It's only showing it can only make selection because you can't use it to detail at this moment. So the create future tools enables you to be able to convert this into an editable, you can digitize with it. So we have tools here, we have the rectangle, we have the polygon and so on. But this is polygon because we are going around and coming back. So next is to begin to locate our our boundaries. So I say we're starting with Takuma and Osa. So we'll zoom a bit to our eyesight so that we can take it as accurate as possible. Now don't forget that this boundary are not lapping because they are not of the same data set. Okay, so we're just going to continue. You have to make a note. So you see that mine is showing vertex, right? You have to create that note. So this vertex, under this snapping, if you go to options, okay, not options, under this vertex, you go to snapping tool, you will see, so you see that all of these are checked. So if you want yours to be the way mine is now, you come to editor, go down to snapping, then you come to snapping toolbox. Now under snapping, you check all of these things. This is they are all the things that will enable you. Basically, we can't go into explaining them. They are all the things that will enable you to do all of that. If you are at the notes and all that, you see this one will show when I come to somewhere here. So it's an endpoint, so different vertex and all that. So you need this will assist you in terms of your digitizing. So you check all of this. See, if I uncheck them now, these are unchecked. If I uncheck, see, nothing is happening. So you can easily make mistake. So you check them so that when you come to this place, you can make an editing easier for you. So let's close this. So when we come here, we click, so it has created a note so that I won't have to deal with any error due to overlap on the shoot and all of that. All right. So I'm going to now start digitizing because this is one of the boundaries. So I'm going to make it as fast as possible. So when you come here, you're going this side. Okay. All right. You see, this was what I was telling some of you guys in class yesterday. If you mistakenly double click just like I did now, it will just close itself because double clicking means you are done and you want to close. So I just made a mistake and I did that. So you see that it just happened to me. Or for beginners, it can be corrected, but for beginners, you need to learn to try your best. If it happens like that, you go again. Happens like that, you go again until you are very familiar with this act. Okay? So we are heading towards the end of this boundary. So now I'm not going to start digitizing this because I won't be able to make. You're supposed to have the same boundary with that of the state. Now that is where this whole thing becomes very important for you to take note, because you can't really digitize this. Even with the help of the note, you'll still be making mistake, because you don't know how many notes were created here, you don't know how many points were created here. So the only tool that can help you do this right is the tracing tool. So which is what we're going to apply here. So the tracing tool is part of, on the editor, this is a straight line segment. This is a end curve, endpoint arc segment, and then this is a trace tool. So when you click on the trace tool, you may not see it when you check yours. So you just click on this drop down, and then you see all manner of tools here. So you just click on the trace. Once you select the trace, it's showing select now. And before that it was like this. So once you select the trace tool, you just make it a click here from the beginning. Once you do that, you begin to trace. You see that I'm going. Now when you reach a point whereby like now I need to pan it, so I'll just click here so that it doesn't go back to beginning. So I will now use the center of my mouse, that roller on your mouse, or you just come here to click on this pan and then you continue. So I'm just going to use the one on my mouse. So you click on this at the center, then you can drag it anywhere. This is a panning of the date. So I'm just going, if you want to continue again, you click on the red button again and then you continue. You see, I am going. The reason why it's doing like, I need to zoom up because there are a lot of curves around the boundary, because the boundary follow majorly boundaries of state follows and local government follows most of the times streams, rivers. If you check the international boundary between Taraba or Nigeria and Cameroon, it follows mostly the rivers. Okay, so most important boundaries are mostly kind of they follow the river. So and you know rivers are usually very curvy. Okay, streams, not just rivers, streams and anything that can help them identify. See now we're around somewhere like that. So you see, you're just taking it along the sides. You're not really doing any digitizing. You're just tracing it. Just follow the direction. You just move your mouse at the direction of where you're going. So you just drag like this. See the way I'm going as if I'm driving. I click again and I continue. Now ideally you're supposed to digitize this manually. Then if there are errors, you will now come and use a topology tool to correct it. But when you know you can do it once and for all, why do you need to come and be doing some correction that are not needed? All right, that's the purpose of the trace tool. The trace tool is one of the best thing that has happened to the S3 package. That's helped a lot of ease, a lot of work, a lot of things, especially when it relates to boundary like this. Okay, so now you must be sure that we don't pass where we started. So let me zoom so that we don't go the wrong direction. So we'll end it at where we start. So you can see that this boundary is out and up. Okay, so we just right click and then we click on finish sketch. Now this has finished, but we haven't filled the attributes. Okay, we didn't do that in class, but we're going to do that in this video so that you just complete. So still up here, if we come, you see an attribute there. We just bring it up, and then we have, you see that the name is showing null, geopolitical zone null, all of that. So to fill this, you just put Takum, because this is Takum we just did. And say Takum LGA. LGA. Geopolitical zone is Taraba South. Under this one, you don't need underscore because this is more like you just text, writing text. Headquarter is Takum. But don't forget, Takum and Osa have two things. All right. So here you can add picture. You see that if you just click on this, it's saying you should load picture. So if I click on load, and then it's bringing me here to impute a raster, I'm just going to bring in any picture, or even this one I can bring it because it's actually a picture. So, but let's look for a picture. Let me bring in this ABU Zaria, and let's see. So if I click on OK, the picture comes in.